It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santee.
Live from New York, it's
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Yeah, Ari, sorry about that. I should have gave you a warning of what you're about to watch in that intro. But for everybody that's tuning in, this is not Jay Santee. This is Mike, Ari, and Ben. 3 people hosting Wrestling Rundown for this week because, in case anybody is not aware, Jay is on the move. He is changing his living arrangements, and he will not be able to do anything podcasting wise until next week, but he will be back to your regularly scheduled programming. Until then, we're taking over.
What did he do? How did he get evicted?
Yeah, I did get his blessing, so it's not like I'm doing this without his knowledge. So before anybody goes rats on me, I got permission, damn it. But we're finally here. The weekend of all weekends.
Yes.
Fuck the rain, by the way. But, yes, AEW Double or Nothing is finally here.
Finally.
How are we feeling, everybody?
I'm hyped. I'm ready. As someone who is going to be there live on Sunday for this, it's whenever a fucking AEW show comes to town, man, it's like fucking Woodstock. I love this shit. Like, it's always, and I'm going to a pre-party at a bar. It's only a 15-minute walk from me up the road, and then you pay a fee. It's an open bar to pregame, and then they're gonna load us all on a shuttle and take us up the road to the show. So that's gonna be great. So no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm already gonna pregame with people ahead of the show. I've already got some. Gonna hit the store tomorrow for some herbal supplements. So it's shaping up to be a great weekend
and a long weekend too.
Yes, and for which is very special, which is very nice too. Where I get off of work on Monday and don't have to go in tomorrow, but it's also special for me because this is the early birthday present for yours truly.
Hey,
right.
So thank you to the lovely lady over here for pretty much providing this gift. Help set all this up, but we are here to talk about AEW Double or Nothing. Before we get into that, we're going to cover some AEW news and just give our quick thoughts on it as I frantically try and find what I'm looking for. But anyway, usually at this point, Jay says I'm the Norm Macdonald of this segment, but I'm not taking that. I am the Jimmy Fallon to Ari's Tina Fey of the weekend update here.
All right, I like that.
Hey, Norm.
And Ben will be the role of Lorne Michaels. If we say anything out of line, he'll cancel us.
Fuck that. I'll be Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. Well, no, I said I said Lorne Michaels. That's the guy that runs Saturday Night Live, right?
I don't want to. Nobody wants to be Lorne Michaels.
Anyway,
I'll take it.
So let's see how I do this. So
I'm certainly Jewish enough.
No comment on that. But anyway, I just want to get this out of the way first. But we did have an unfortunate passing as Ted Turner passed away at the age of 87. For anybody that is not aware, he was a major part of why wrestling was on the Turner Broadcasting. And pretty much was the reason why WCW lasted so long. He gave him the platform to be on TV and for now AEW now.
Well, just a baller fucking dude, man. Like, we really, there are a lot of people we owe throughout the history of professional wrestling as to why this stuff even exists and why we can watch it in the way that we do. And Ted Turner is one of those guys, man. Like, let me tell you, I still to this day don't know if there's anything, if the idea of a good billionaire really exists. But if there's anybody who came close, I think it's Ted Turner. This is a dude who had untold resources at his disposal. And you know what he did with it? He funded pro wrestling. He archived and saved decades of animation and just decided to have people chase their passions if it made him money. This is a crazy story. Can I tell a story that I actually just saw on social this past week because of his passing? Show of hands, who here is familiar with the cartoon series Ed, Ed, and Eddie from Cartoon Network?
Mm-hmm.
That was my childhood. Come on.
Oh, yeah. So that was, as was mine. The creator of Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Danny Antonucci, he went on social and he told a story about Ted Turner. And he's like, apparently, Danny was at the Turner Broadcast Studios or the Hanna-Barbera production site, where they were making cartoons. Then at the time, this was like the late '90s, early 2000s, and he went into a room where Ted Turner was having a meeting with all these other like highfalutin billionaires and all these venture capitalist folk and all these other big spenders. And Ted Turner, who had no reason to do this, could have just waved him off and just said, "Keep it moving." He knew who he was, and he said, "Hey, everybody, this is Danny. He's making a cartoon show for me." And it's like, oh, that's just a very nice, lovely thing to do. So, hey, that man had buckets of money to play with, and he decided to put it towards some cool shit. And I think that's the mark of a good human being, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, any comments?
Yeah, I mean, I know this will sound a little cringe, but I wasn't even aware he was still alive. Because, he kind of, went into the radar, back off the radar, retired, stayed nice and quiet in his private life. So it kind of hit me like he died. I'm like, wait, I thought he was already gone. But absolutely, he was such an icon for me growing up in like the 80s and 90s. Like you could not think of CNN, Turner, TBS, any of those stations without hearing Ted Turner or seeing his face,
Right.
He was like, at the time you would see Donald Trump on TV being who he still is today, but then you see Ted Turner just being very mellow, cool, chill guy, married to Jane Fonda, making his appearances, but not being boisterous or obnoxious in any way, shape, or form. And exactly what Ben said, like without him, we wouldn't have had wrestling funded the way it was. We wouldn't have had that alternative on TV growing up, and we wouldn't have what we have now. As a matter of fact, because AEW does such a great job reminding everyone, like, hey, this has a TBS TNT has a long history with professional wrestling, and they honor it very, very beautifully by continuing traditions that we used to see on WCW wrestling. So, yeah, it's a huge loss. He's an icon, and may he rest in peace.
Absolutely. We unfortunately have an injury for another person on the AEW roster. The shoulder bug, back at it again with the shoulder bandit. But unfortunately, Willow Nightingale has relinquished her TBS title, and she will be out for undisclosed time. More than likely out for the rest of the year. But Ari, initial thoughts?
Broke my heart.
Depressing. Yeah. Like she was on a great run.
Yeah.
Just defending that belt. And it seemed like, honestly, once this reign was done, it seemed like they were probably going to upgrade her up to competing for one of the main belts. So, like, it's heartbreaking that this happened like this. And this is already coming off of Kyle Fletcher going down with injuries for a while. Like a lot of this. So a lot of people that a lot of us put stock in going into this year, unfortunately, have had their runs preempted, at least for the foreseeable. No, I have no doubt they'll be back hopefully sooner than we think. But like it is very disappointing, especially because I don't recall which match she even injured the shoulder in. So that sucks.
She said it was the match with Red Velvet.
Ah, damn.
On Collision.
Yeah, that was a hard hitting match. Yeah. It was a really good hard hitting match, and I think you can pinpoint when it happened because she rolled out of the ring really quickly and kind of just tried to stay out there for a little bit to, I guess, regain her bearings. But it's so sad. Like, like Ben said, like she's been on a roll. She's been doing the open challenge for anybody who was making their return. She had a good streak going there. She looked strong. She looked good. But I mean, I'm guessing she's been working with a bit of a shoulder injury for the last couple of months, because that was kind of part of like the storyline where she was still the tag champions, right? Where the shoulder is what caused them to lose. So I was hoping it was just a kayfabe thing, but I guess not. So I hope that, she can recuperate quickly and be back maybe by summertime for the All In, All Out shows, and she could pick up where she left off.
You would hope, especially in case for when you think of Tony Khan's case, because he definitely had a plan. Because she's definitely going to either defend the title at All In or maybe even win the All In twice in a row. Maybe we'll never know. But again, another injury for another top star, and I'm kind of getting worried about Jay White. He's been out longer than I want him to be, and I hope he comes back soon. But yeah, just another victim of another injury.
Hey, Mike, are you ready?
For what?
No, that's what he keeps posting on Twitter every time a major show comes up. Jay White always posts, "Are you ready?" every time.
Don't tease me.
And he keeps not showing up.
Stop teasing me, Jay.
I know.
Next up. Do I really need to say anything about this one? Because if
How do I even fucking start with this one? Holy goddamn Jesus. All right. Can I take this one?
Yeah, just for anybody that's listening on the podcasting outlets, which, by the way, thank you for listening. But Malachi Black, Malachi or Alistair, whichever one you referred to him as, seems to be not wanted in AEW.
No shit. This is coming off of MJF just verbally bodying him on the Ariel Helwani. I want to get his name right. That dude.
The MMA Hour show.
Yeah, that guy. And like, he straight up, he didn't need to name anybody, but he was put on the spot to, and it was like, well, I guess this fucker. And like, yeah, literally from looking back on Malachi Black's run in AEW, I always kept seeing people talk about it's just like, oh, why don't they use him to his fullest? Why don't they use him to his potential? I'm like, I don't think he was letting them use him to his potential. Right. I don't think this dude had a worse enemy than himself, because the rumor I keep hearing, he's one of those guys that like he's very protective of the way he looks, and he's very protective of the way he's presented, specifically because like, oh no, I don't want to do the job tonight. The fucking goat demon I worship won't allow me to. And I'm like, sir, that's not a valid fucking reason. What are you doing?
But I'm saying, to play devil's advocate a little bit, just for a little bit, when he went to AEW the first time, it was pretty much a success. He showed up out of nowhere, and he beat Cody Rhodes, I think, 3 times clean?
Twice clean. He lost the third one, which I still
don't know. Then afterwards, they gave him a faction, and then it was stuff of, you barely saw him. He never competed in singles matches. And then I think it was it's the same show as Brawl Out, but it was like Alistair was like saying goodbye. But it would kind of seem like he wanted out of his contract immediately as soon as maybe Cody left too. So it's like,
yeah, he just kind of dipped out for like a few months, but then he came back anyway. And then this was the weirdest thing. I remember somewhere along the way, this happened multiple times. I remember at one point, Andrade had a match with Brody King. Mm-hmm. Andrade had a match with Buddy Murphy. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have a match with Malachi Black. And I know a lot of people were like, there's the NXT rematch ready to go. Why are we not?
Funny enough, they were partners at one pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then I remember they teased, he attacked Bryan Danielson when he was still active during the last like year or two of his run. And I remember he attacked him, like they teased like this American Dragon versus the House of Black thing, and that never fucking went anywhere, because I do think they dropped it, and like I don't get why. And it's like, if this dude really did use his run there as just a stepping, it is hilarious though. This dude, just like Miro, just like Rusev, used his run there to like get back into WWE's like good graces and get there. And then what happens when both of them get there? They get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. He's put into an endless fucking feud with Damian Priest that goes on forever. Ever.
And mind you, Damian Priest is Ari's boo, but even her, she was like, enough.
It was horrible. It was boring. It had no direction. It was just like, where are we going with this?
There
were so many directions they could have gone with that one.
And what made it worse was that what made it worse was that they pretty much gave Aleister and Zelina Karrion and Scarlett's gimmick.
After they got fired literally earlier in the same year, or at least late last year, I forget. But what happens is then on top of it, like they get that he's planned to be basically Randy Orton's like devil on his shoulder going into WrestleMania, which would have been this really cool idea. But then they decided, you know what? I think we're going to use Pat McAfee for that role instead. We don't need to relitigate this. I've already.
Right. But I just want to make sure everybody understands this too. That before he got his release, he had wins over Randy Orton and Sami Zayn on television. Now, my theory was that when it came to the releases, that his wife got fired first, and then he reacted and said, "You know what? If you're firing her, you're getting rid of me." That's my theory.
No, Mike, you're not allowed to report that here. You need to let Zelina report that first.
Oh, right. I know, right? Shit.
You're not allowed to report news that's available to the public. Right. You have to let the person themselves break the news. Fuck you, Zelina. She seems nice. I just like. It's like I like you. Like this just seems like a weird hill to die on. Let you announce it first. No.
Yeah, that was obnoxious. What if she would have waited a whole month?
Yeah. So it's like, I'm sorry, but it's like, listen, you have the right to listen. They have the right to privacy. They don't owe us anything about their mental health, their physical health, anything. These wrestlers, they don't owe us, the fans, shit. And I want that on record. Mm-hmm. But at the bare minimum, your contractual status of the shows we watch you on, number one, when that becomes public record, it's not yours to break anymore. It's whoever breaks it first, whether it's Sean Ross Sapp or Fightful or Cultaholic, whoever gets a hold of
Wrestling
that shit.
Observer.
Wrestling Observer, whoever breaks it first, that's fine. But it's like to say that like we the fans should allow you to do it first is ridiculous. Like who are we? Your media consultants? No, shut up.
I think just end on this. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if Tony Khan brings this dude back.
Yeah.
The only story you could do with him at this stage of the game is acknowledging how far Brody has gone without this dude weighing him down. That's the story you tell is Malachi trying in vain to get Brody to come back to join him at his side. And he's like, dude, without you, I have more friends. I'm happier. I'm winning. I've started up. I helped encourage this company to embrace a political movement. Like, exactly. I think I'm doing pretty.
We don't acknowledge that though. We're shush about that one.
No, we're not.
Oh, fuck ice.
No, I'm not saying we. I'm saying that like, we and then them.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was about to say like
not even. They have no problems. I mean, now they got another person there that's going to be saying "fuck ice." So.
Oh yeah, we can leave it on that for now. Malachi,
next up. Ring the bell. Everybody's wondering what the fuck is going on with Big Bill, because apparently his contract might be up at the end of this month or the end of next month. And to add to all of this, that apparently his former tag team partner Enzo Amore has been spotted at the Performance Center. So when you cut teams like Motor City Machine Guns, you tell the New Day you want to cut their deals, you're gonna make them have a pay cut, and they leave. You're gonna bring back Enzo and Cass to WWE.
You're bringing back Big William and consensual penis.
Mm-mm.
I mean, if I could and not get in trouble for it, I would put up the picture of him making his entrance, him with his arm raised at the perfect time. It says "big ass."
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm in two minds about this. Like, not that like AEW had really been using Big William a lot the last couple of years, but like whenever he was on,
sakes, damn it, it's Bill.
The one thing, Big William. Anyway, but the thing about Big Willie is, whenever he's on TV, he usually performs to a pretty good reaction. Like people genuinely like Big Bill.
He's genuinely improved since the pandemic. Since it's almost been 10 years now. But from those dark days on SmackDown when he's beating up a midget and he gets in trouble for it to now where he generally looks great physically and he's putting in the work. It's just that ever since the Learning Tree stuff went away, he's been relegated to Ring of Honor, and everybody knows what happens when you go to Ring of Honor. That's purgatory for you. But
at least until they decide to use you again. But like, well, the thing with he's one side of it. So regardless of where he goes, he'll be fine. He'll always be like a utility guy. He'll be used as a bump guy, the big guy, the dude who takes a bump or whatever. But like, let's talk about the other guy in this. So
I don't wanna.
It is 2020 goddamn 6. I haven't thought about Enzo Amore since like Trump's first term. So it's been a while.
Oh, God.
Putting aside for a minute, putting aside all that nonsense that he got into, which for loudly and for the record, I believe was largely disproven. I don't even think that those allegations were like that substantiated to begin with, which is its own mess of a conversation to begin with. But even putting that aside, I don't think this dude did himself any favors at all behind the scenes the time he was there. Very few people liked him. Very few people wanted to deal with him. And so now you're bringing him back like 10 years, almost 10 years later from the time you got dumped. You're bringing him back now, well past his sell-by date. Like the time, let's be honest here, the time to make these guys tag team champions, bare minimum, was 10 years ago. And they missed like every opportunity to do it. You know what? I'm going to make another prediction. They're going to bring them back for 6 months as a team, and they're going to split them up again. I guarantee that's my prediction. They're going to bring them back and split them up again, and then one of them is going to get released again. That's my prediction.
All right. Any thoughts on Big Bill?
I like Big Bill. I don't know though. With him having his wife there in AEW, Lexi, like I don't know if he's going to want to separate from that and then have these opposing schedules, right?
Because that seems to be the thing with all the talent too, where when AEW first started, it seemed like a lot of talent who specifically had spouses in the opposing company felt like they were trying to get out of their deals to get to work with their respective spouse.
Exactly. I mean, and they're still basically newlyweds, so I'm sure they're still riding that like, oh, we're together, it's attached at the hip. So I could see him deciding, no, I'm going to renew my contract because I want to continue working with, not alongside my wife, but as colleagues with my wife. Enzo, I don't give a shit about Enzo. I really don't. I mean, he's never been on my radar in any way other than hearing the controversy. Right. He popped up at that HOG show last year where what's his face beat the living shit out of him. Zilla. He just destroyed him in like 2 seconds flat, and I'm like, okay, off he goes, and that's it. Like
one dork beats up another. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like his time has come, and to let go of two amazing, brilliant tag teams, and then want to rebuild your division, and this is who you want to build this division on, makes absolutely no sense. This is why I don't watch WWE anymore, because it's like nothing they do makes sense. Like I read the stuff to try to stay on top of it, but I'm always like, okay, I'm done. I can't take this.
At the end of the day, wrestling is about, I don't want to sound like pretentious or anything. Wrestling is about point A, point B, point C. You have two guys or two teams of two. They want a thing or they hate each other. They beat each other up. They have a match in pursuit of the thing they want. It's not that complicated. But to say when you keep just throwing people away and then bringing old people back or bringing new people in, give me a reason to fucking care. You can't keep throwing out the book halfway through each time and expect me to keep investing in people. It's like, I'm going to keep thinking to myself, we've had people like as recently who have been on like Evolve and NXT. And listen, I'm not going to pretend that everybody there is guaranteed to become a big time main eventer. Not everybody's Obafemi. But at the same time, it's like, what's the point in investing in anybody if you're just going to get rid of them? That Tyra May Steele girl, like she won the first season of that LFG show. I don't watch it, but I know she won because it was on social. She's out of here. So it's like the winner of your reality show again gets cut before they can do anything, which isn't even the first time they've done this.
Right.
Makes no sense.
But for the Big Bill thing, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about the money. We'll see what we have to see what Tony Khan will offer him, or again it just seems weird at the timing because of the cuts, and it'd be like now you're going to bring back some people from 10 years ago, which is going to be crazy. But you did bring up a name, and I wanted to mention this because I saw this thing. I wanted to bring it up here. But Zilla Fatu was on a live stream, and he said that if AEW were to offer him a deal, he would deny it because he wants to go to WWE and join the Bloodline. And I just want to say that even if fucking Tony Khan were offering him like $1 million, there's no way in hell you're saying no to that. I am sorry, you are not saying no to that. But
see what I mean when I say this dude's a fucking dork? I'm sorry, but like, dude.
So if you're watching this, it's not me, it's him.
You guys are threatening us.
Okay. First of all, if you think that dude can actually threaten somebody in a fight, you're out of your mind. Sorry, no, dude. Oh my god. Like, okay. Well, this should be nice.
I mean, I'll say, I just before you go off,
I've
before
never seen. Go ahead.
I just understand that where like in Cody's theme song, it's like there's one royal family. Well, the goddamn bloodline runs the whole wrestling business, and I understand that a lot of them make it to WWE. And you've seen some people that get cut. Fucking the GOAT, Tangaloa, just got cut. But Lance and Hawaii, Roman's brother got cut.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
It just seems like it's going to be for the longest time now. We're saying, "Oh, Zilla's going to get signed." It's like a year keeps adding on to that statement. Eventually, it's going to be like, why are you not signed, dude? Where's your WWAD? Why are you not involved yet? Like, there's got to be a reason.
This whole thing shows the lack of maturity that he has. And we know he's still very young.
Thank you.
But I learned my lesson when I was in my 20s that if an opportunity comes, you fucking take it.
Yes.
You fucking take it. Why are you going to wait to chase just take it, and then you can chase the dream to go to WWE because that's everyone's dream while you're there. Like, most people do anyway.
Put in the miles, go do the work, make a name for yourself, detached from your family. Don't coast off of it.
Right.
And it's like, I'm sorry, being a part of that family does not guarantee success. Like there are members of that family that don't go on to do anything. And honestly, putting this dude out, this would never happen, even if it happened. But like, let me rephrase that. This would never happen, even if he's as close to that family's inner circle as he claims to be. Like putting him on any level of WWE television right now would be a fucking disaster. I'm sorry, he would flame out in a year.
He would be an MFT lunky.
Yes. No. Even worse than that, he would fuck up being an MFT lunky. I think that's even too high of a bar for him at this stage of the game. They'd throw this dude on NXT and have him work fucking. Who's that guy they're pushing right now? The bald one, kind of looks like Randy Orton, but he's not.
Miles Bourne.
Yeah, that one.
He's actually good though.
I'm sure he's fine. I don't fucking watch NXT anymore. I quit on that.
I mean, come on. I showed Ari the clip of Mason Rourke. Like, he's big, he's bad. He'll body slam your dad. He's big,
fine.
He's bad.
Well, good show for him. I'm sure he'll be fine. They're good people in NXT, but like to put the focus back on this though, Zilla, he has potential. He's not bad in the ring. He has a style to him. He's got energy. But he really needs to be in an environment that is going to force him to sink or swim and to improve and actually become an adult. And I don't think being given millions of dollars from anyone at this stage of the game is going to be good for him. Think about what you know about this dude as a human being, and then think about, do I want to give this dude 7 or 8 figures that he can do whatever he wants with? No, you don't. Basically like handing a madman a loaded gun and a bag of crap. Well,
yeah, because he, right now in the indie scene, he's a king because everybody wants to give him that edge. Like, oh, he's a big, he's a bigger guy, he's strong. So just have him just put, get over on everyone. Just have him destroy everyone, and that has built up in his head, big time, where he, he's believing his own hype right now.
Yep.
See you in WWE in 2030.
And then
you know what? Here's the thing: give him. Hey, you know what? Give him 4 more years. Maybe he'll get better. Who knows?
Once he hits like 30.
Yeah. Hey, listen. There was a period of time where we didn't think Jacob Fatu would ever make it to WWE. I would have said a lot of the same shit I'm saying now about Zilla, minus the comment about anybody being able to kick his ass, because Jacob would rip my throat out and eat it. But we said people a lot of the time were saying a lot of the same shit about Jacob Fatu, being like, his past, his attitude, the way he freaks out on people, like his issues. Who knows if like this is a guy that WWE would even take a shot on? But then it was like, but hey, like 2-ish years later, he's a marquee part of the show. He's probably going to be one of the 2 matches. He's probably either opening or closing the Italy show coming up soon. So like, hey, the world of wrestling, as we've discussed, is weird and wild. Who knows what could happen? So I wish him the best. I'm not expecting much right now.
Jacob's way better though.
Yeah. Oh, objectively.
AEW has re-signed the Big Show, Paul White, and I guess it's a smart move. He's ambassador for the company, but I mean, he did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and he is down to 385, which is good for him. But what else do you do with him? Because Tony Khan has fucking copyrighted or has bought the rights to Captain Insano, so it's like you're not going to see Captain Insano on TV anytime soon, I don't think.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Where
I muted him.
It's the Paul White.
Oh, never mind, he's back. But yeah, nothing really bad about this. But it's just that when you think of when AEW needs legends or like notable faces, this is one of the ones that talks positive. That talks positive about the company.
Yeah, I'm sure he serves a purpose backstage with the younger folks, and he'll pop up on commentary for like Ring of Honor from time to time. So he's doing something from here and there. And you know what? He's at that age where this is comfortable for him.
Right.
He's making probably great money.
Mm-hmm.
And works
out, just does his thing. He's always been a charming, very funny guy.
Sweetheart.
Well, like it's kind of small. It's kind of ironically, it's very small news about a very big guy. But like, it's good for him. He seems to be well in this environment. He seems like everybody backstage likes him and his presence there. He doesn't seem like he's in a hurry to like turn tail and go back to the other place, which is interesting. So yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's working out pretty good for him. So not a ton to say about this one. Good for him. Glad he's staying in shape. And I'm glad he's found a place that he clicks well with. So good for him.
We'll probably see him tomorrow during the 10-man tag, which we'll talk about later in the preview.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. So this initial headline was a rumor, but now seems to be goddamn confirmed already with Mrs. Foley's baby boy who lives in the East Coast of New York has been announced for the AEW All In Buy-In show, which he will be hosting with Renee Paquette. It went from rumor to confirmed by him himself.
Yes. He has been quite adamant for a while now that he was interested in working with them. Mick Foley, even when he was still contracted to WWE the last few years, he would speak, to my memory, he'd speak very highly of AEW whenever he'd post about it. And of course, we don't need to get into the big minutiae of it. It's a lot of politics and red tape and unpleasant topics. But
the only thing I'll say is that good on him for standing on his beliefs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In a day and age where, like, hey, listen, you can take those legend contracts and coast for the rest of your career if you want to. And I don't blame him for doing that. Like, the company wants to pay you a crap load to just do nothing and just pop up every once in a while. Go do it. God bless. Like,
you have action figures and you'll be in the video games for the next couple of years. Good for you.
Get a commemorative T-shirt. Get brought out for the Hall of Fame. Get a free seat. Go to Mania. Like, good on them. Good for them. But like, I have been waiting like for him to hopefully pop up here. Now, obviously, not wrestling a match that is long out the window. That man's knees are glass at this point.
Thank you for saying it, because I was going to say like we don't want to see him take another bump, right? There's no need for him.
However, we don't need him to take a bump, but there is a loop that needs to be closed here. They interacted in WWE a little bit, just a little bit, but we need to see in 2026 or at some point we need to see Death Rider Jon Moxley interact with Mick Foley.
Oh yeah.
It can just be a talking segment. It could be backstage. It could be in the ring. Could be anything. Yeah. But what they need to pay off on the original storyline. Show of hands. Have either of you read Moxley's book?
No,
Mm,
but I've heard some stuff about where he pitched an idea for him to feud with Mick Foley and FCW.
Yes, he did. He pitched an idea. Actually, I think this would have been what brought him up to the main roster. I think this was even before the Shield. I think Moxley was a hot property at the time. They just signed him off of all the stuff he did in Japan and CZW and all that stuff. and it was like, hey, I'm gonna like there's footage of this that exists of him in kayfabe going up to Mick Foley in like the lobby of a hotel or a Comic-Con or something, being like, you need to take responsibility for all the guys who got into hardcore wrestling because of you, whose lives are now mangled. And I feel like, okay, that's been sitting there for years now. Pay off on it. Do it. And this is the version of Moxley to do it with. Evil, demented cult leader John Moxley. This is the one you do it with. So, no,
And Ben, not for nothing. Mick Foley could be interacting with the two people behind you as well.
Yeah.
A promo battle between Foley and MJF.
Oh yeah, two Long Island boys. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, what do you think? What did you think of this initially?
Oh my God.
Because again, it went from rumor to pretty much just him saying, I am going to be with All Elite Wrestling.
No, I literally screamed. I literally screamed. I'm like, this is perfect. This is what I was waiting for from the moment he said that he was going to part ways with WWE. I'm like, okay, dude, you need to come to AEW. This has you written all over it. You know, the style, everything. Like, he'd fit in so well. I mean, obviously not to wrestle. We don't want to see that. You know, we know he did his little thing with the Sandman over WrestleMania weekend. We're good. We don't need to see anymore. But I would love to see him on screen and just interacting with so many people. Darby, MJF, Moxley, the Bang Bang Gang. Why not? Like, hello, right? Even somebody even mentioned like a cute little segment with him and Harley Cameron. Like, how silly would that be?
Oh, that would be adorable. The puppet, and her little mini Monet, and Mr. Taco.
Right, exactly. It would
That'd
be
be
like
great.
Funny enough,
awesome. Like, there's so much fresh talent that he could work with behind the scenes. Geez, I think I lost everybody. Did I lose you guys? Sorry.
no, we're still here.
Okay, good. You guys went black on me for a minute. But yeah, I am so hyped up. I'm excited. This made my year, and to know that he's going to be there tomorrow, can't wait.
You know what's the weird one? I think I kind of want to see them reference is when Mick Foley comes out on Dynamite. He just looks at Tony, and goes, "Hey Tony, is this putting the butts in the seats?"
Yeah, yeah.
Because remember all those years when he won the title in '99, and Shivani said, "That'll put some butts in seats."
Yeah, exactly.
And I know they're friends now, but it's just gonna be like that. It'll definitely get that reaction. Like here you go, Tony. I know he was told to say it by Eric, but just
I know. Didn't Mick say they had lunch like 15 years ago or something like that?
yeah, they're cool now, but it's just also like it would be a cool throwback.
It would. Why not?
Next up, Ari, I want to give this one to you because you paid attention more to this than I did. But MJF was on the MMA Hour, and we mentioned his thoughts on Malachi Black. But anything else that stood out during this interview?
Oh, I mean, I think everybody was talking about his stance with Israel and Netanyahu.
Right.
You know, him being the big Hebrew, I think a lot of people expected him to go a certain way, and he was like, nope. He's like, what's going on is inhumane, and I am not a fan of that man. And he straight up said, like, why would I support Israel? I'm not Israeli. I'm Jewish from Long Island. I was born here. Right.
My fucking boy.
Right.
Listen, I love this. I loved MJF for years. I'm not making any secret. Like fucking like, I've literally been a fan of this dude since I met him in person, like back in like 2016, 2017 with Mike. He was in the building with me when we chat with him a little bit. Like, Mike, you can speak to this. Like, he was always very nice, very professional, kept it in character, obviously, and but it was always balanced. The dude was always chill. I always had a good vibe from him. And
he was cool with me because I bought a shirt, and then the next time he saw me, he kind of forgot who I was. But
he was always chill.
But I just want to say I love this interview because this was the MJF that I've waited for years. It's like I get it, like you do the gimmick, but I've always said tone that shit down a little bit because if you're gonna do like public stuff, like you can't come off as a dick because there's gonna be random schmuck that sees this and goes, "Oh, what a complete asshole! Why am I gonna tune in to watch him?" It's gonna be like he came off as a human being, still in character, still, but it was like you get to see the real Max.
Yeah,
which is probably the best thing out of this interview.
And the real Max took I'll say this. He gave to be fair, he gave the very radio safe, politically correct way to talk about not being on their side. He didn't say, fuck Israel and fuck that place. He just said, I can't condone or support that. And it's the very standard celebrity response that we tend to see. But hell, even doing that much is something, especially in a very big public forum, on an interview on a major outlet, like a few days before a major pay-per-view that is a complete sellout and is grossed, I think, last night kind of like $1.5 million gate.
Yes.
Show, which is nuts. So, no, to do that takes some nuts. So, Max, good on you, dude.
It was a very big risk that he took because, you know, the other side would be quick to say, oh, you're a self-hating Jew and you're an anti-Semitic. And he said he's been called that already.
Well, as the resident Jew here, Max, hats off to you, sir.
Absolutely, you know, and that touched me only because, you know, I'm of Palestinian descent, so I always wondered, like, where does he stand with that? Because, you know, he's very proud of his religion and his culture and his heritage, which is a beautiful thing. I love the Jewish culture. I think they're awesome. But what's going on with the government in Israel is absolutely
fuck those guys.
Because not with just what they're doing in Gaza, but to us, you know. So for him to like you said on that platform to speak up opposite someone like Ariel Hawani, who is very much on that side.
He seemed a bit twitchy about it. He seemed like he was not happy. That's
not at all.
And I was like, good. Yeah. I'm glad you're uncomfortable. Fuck you.
Yeah, and like you said, I'm sorry if you're offended, but that's it.
But also, I'll just say this because I didn't see that clip, but at least I give him some respect that he didn't cut that part out and left it in. Right. I mean, because I mean, if he was really against him, he would just say, "I'll cut this part out," and just say, "Like, we'll never let this see the light of day."
Yeah, no, but I don't think MJF would have let that slide. He would have been like, he cut that part out.
He would have blasted him on Twitter
immediately.
Yeah. But so with all that news and stuff out of the way,
ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now it's time!
Benny, have I told you recently I love you? But on that, with that silence.
Wait, you're talking to her or me?
I said you,
buddy.
I said you.
Oh, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you.
You know I love you.
Oh, thank you. Love you too.
But yes. So AEW Double or Nothing 2026 live from Louis Armstrong Stadium. Sold out.
Sold
$1.5 million.
Yeah.
Bigger than the original. Bigger than the first Grand Slam they did in Arthur Ashe.
I'm just gonna say it, guys. They've been this for a while now. They've been up on the upswing for a while now. But I'm gonna say it. They're back, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Look at where they are now compared to where they were like mid 2023, where a lot of us, even like the big fans of AEW, we were like, I think it might be over for them. This ain't great.
Yeah.
But they definitely made the upswing, which is the great thing. And the funny thing is too, their pay-per-view always delivers. It's always the runtime that's always the complaint. But we're gonna be live in the building, so fuck that.
That's it. Bring some extra
coffee. What will be happening in the building? Let's talk about
it. So we're gonna start on the buy-in. We're talking about Renee Burkett and Mick Foley will be the host of it, but I really don't care about this, but it's going to be a 5-minute tag eliminator match with Divine Dominion, the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions Megan Bayne and Lena Cross take on the team of Zeta Steel and Viva Van. All due respect to the two girls, this will be their deaths.
Yeah,
they're going to die.
They're going to die. Moving on.
I think I've said that with every 5-minute tag eliminator they've had. Like, oh, they're gonna die. Like Ali Koch was on the other day. I'm like, oh, Ali Koch is gonna die.
That was nice to see her though.
It only works if somebody actually beats them at some point.
Yeah,
it's
when though to happen. Some tag teams have
happen at some point. So like, I don't know. Maybe there'll be a surprise win. Who knows? But I doubt it. But that's all I have to say about that one.
I mean, we'll say this about. Like, what does AEW do better than the WWE? They care about the women's tag team division, and we have a new team that's coming back, TJ, so maybe that's a team that'll be on. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen, what goes go forward when we get to All In, because it could be them, it could be the Brawling Birds. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really into these 5 minutes. It's just two big women killing other women.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I should like that, but oddly not. No. But next up, Boom and Doom team up with the conglomeration. So it's big. So it's big Boom AJ and QT Marshall teaming up with Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, taking on Shane Taylor Promotions of Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo, and the Infantry. And I forgot there's another person in there. Shit.
I have a question. This is the first time hearing of this, and I've heard of this match happening, but this is the first time I've heard of this part of it. Anthony Ogogo still has a job?
Yes, he does.
All right. Well, I'm going with the Costco guys again because they're kind of the only people who stand to benefit from this.
Okay, so it's Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo, Captain Sean Dean, Charlie Bravo, and Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty is the fifth man.
So the entire Shane Taylor Promotions, right?
Correct.
It's something to do. I really like Shane Taylor Promotions. I honestly wish they featured more on AEW TV. Quite frankly, every time they pop up, it's usually really good. So, like, I really love Shane Taylor. I've worked with him once or twice. He's really cool. Lee Moriarty, I saw him wrestle in a backyard once during COVID, which was awesome. And,
he's been Ring of Honor Pure Champion for over a year now.
Yeah, and he's doing great. So, I hope for the best for him. But this will be fun. Though the Rizzler will come out and kick Shane in the nuts or something, do whatever. That'll be cute. So yeah. But Boom and Doom in the conglomeration for this one.
The Sun will definitely take a bump. He'll definitely do either a cutter or a stunner, whatever the hell they want to call it.
Like to take bumps, man. Good on him.
Somebody again. That spear was clean, man.
And also, I feel that this is where we're going to see Paul White again because he's always around for these matches.
Kid did a better spear than actual wrestlers do.
He does a better spear than Jey Uso. I will say that right goddamn
now. That's a low bar.
But he's a Samoan. He's supposed to spear people.
Next.
Yeah.
The feud that never ends. It's the Death Riders versus the Ops.
Honestly,
it's Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia against Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, and Anthony Bowens, who is a member.
There's no reason that this will be bad. Like, this is going to be good. Like, I genuinely think it is amazing talking about where they were to where they are now, because the Death Riders went from being like weekly poison on TV to being one of the things I look forward to the most every week now. I love the listen. It was somewhere around. It was right after they lost the trios titles to the Ops at Spring Breakthrough last year, and it was a little even before that. I think even a little bit before that. I was like, okay, now they're starting to put the pieces together. Okay, now you're not like weird pseudo-fascist looking weirdos anymore. Now you're like the weird kids who do push-ups and hang out and smoke weed behind the bleachers. And I'm like, I can get on board with this. And you know what? They're weird and funny. I love these fucking goofs. I think Wheeler Yuta is wrestling's perfect butt monkey right now. I love him as a heel. He's great. Daniel Garcia is like weirdly great every time he's in one of these things. He's awesome. And Claudio's been amazing for over like almost 20 fucking years now. So like it's not even to say anything.
No,
on the other end of things, the opposites, I like that they've added Bowens to it. I think this will benefit to him. I think he's done well with it so far. I genuinely like him in that part. Hook is a bit of a different conversation. I think as somebody who's had all this time invested in him, he has shown very little improvement. He's gotten better verbally. He's a better talker than he was a year ago. I don't think people give him enough credit.
The heel turn has helped.
No, the heel turn's helped. He's become a better talker. But yeah, I feel like now it's kind of put up or shut up time. They really started giving him something more to do.
Yeah.
If the story you want to tell is maybe 6 to 8 months down the line, he kicks Joe out of the faction and you do a feud with him and Joe, you could do that. And that would be a good vehicle to like get him over more, putting him over on a legit legend. Because I really liked their match when Joe was champion the first time around and they gave him Hook. I thought that was actually one of the best showings that Hook had. So, if this is just a small piece of a story to kind of get a lot of these guys more over, I'm for it. I'm going to pick the Death Riders on this one, but I think this will be a fun one.
Oh yeah, it'll be
Also-
solid. All 6 of them are talented, in the ring, and they have that storyline right now. Where they're kind of vying for Will Ospreay right now. So there's a purpose here with this match, not just 2 random
Come
tag
to
team.
me, Will.
Right,
Come
exactly.
to me,
Joe's trying to get him, trying to woo him, but he's not. He's like, I'm not a Death Rider, but he is. So it's going in a really good direction. So we know that there's going to be a shift.
Well, I'm predicting this down the line. When they eventually force Will to pick and choose, and they have to make him decide between them and like Kenny, that's the story. Because they're gonna put a chair around Kenny's neck, and they're gonna point to Will and be like, "Take him out," and they're like, "Will's not gonna want to do it."
Exactly.
Or he does, and that'll be the even more fucked up part. We'll see. I like a story with stakes.
Don't forget about United Empire and their involvement.
Yep.
But by the way, heel versus heel. So it's like, who do we cheer for?
I'd say the Death Riders by default, honestly, just because I don't know. They're kind of tweeners, weirdly enough, because they do save Will.
Weirdly enough,
They've grown into that place, right? Yeah. Especially after Moxie's promo.
You just kind of have to admire what kind of like what a-holes they are at a certain point, and it's like, hey, you're all right.
I just love it too. I just love it when they do those promos, and it's Daniel Garcia, the guy that barely wins on TV. He's like, "We're gonna make Will Ospreay better." He's like, "Dude, shut up."
Just watching.
Now I'm with them. I'm gonna be winners too, and I'm like, oh Danny, Jesus, stick to wrestling. Talking ain't it, bud.
Speaking of a Death Rider, we have the AEW Continental Championship on the line. No time limit. It is Jon Moxley defending against Kyle O'Reilly. I want to give Ari the floor here because when we went to Full Gear, we were kind of shocked Kyle got the win there.
Yeah.
But I think I'm genuinely happy too that when he returned, they did the trios thing, and then when they got the tag, like when they earned the tag title shot, he said, "You know what, Roddy and Orange, you'll take the tag titles. I want John's title because I have unfinished business." Because Kyle made this fucker tap twice.
He made him tap twice, and then he pushed him to the limit. So could this be it? Could this be the moment that he actually wins, or will
No.
Oh, but like it'll be a great match going into it. But
oh, absolutely. These two put on some really fantastic matches, but yeah, this is the one where Moxley's really going to lay in on him, and with no time limit, he's going to wear him out.
Kyle's really good. It's just that he doesn't have that big time main eventer energy to me.
No, he's just this cute, adorable, like big kid.
they tried making him cool Kyle back in NXT, and that one doing nothing but nobody.
He is a true blue geek.
He's a geek.
He's a big geek. And
There's
he
nothing wrong
embraces
with that,
it.
though.
No, of course not. We're all geeks, and he embraces it, and he's so cute with his little Jansport book bag coming out like a big kid in a 90s sitcom, He's
You heard it here. The hot woman said we're all geeks. She said it.
I'm a geek and a half. If you come to my living room and see all the shit I have out here.
No, but I'm going Moxley on this one. I'm sure it'll be great. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup, but Moxley's taking this one. He doesn't lose that belt until it's time to drop it to Will or somebody else that makes sense from a story perspective.
Joe?
Right.
Maybe Joe. We can see. I'll run that back, give Joe the win he didn't get over Moxley the last time. So you can run that back. That's an easy one.
Also, I was going to say, too, going into the show, it was very weird that we had no Moxley match, and then Wednesday they're like, "Wait, here you go."
Yeah.
They gave us a reason to have a Moxley
I was
match.
wondering. I was just like, they're holding out on this. Is he even going to be involved?
By the way, they kept him out of the Owen, too, which I was surprised where you would have thought maybe it would be him and Will in the finals. That way Will gets his win back, but we'll talk about the Owen in a bit.
They haven't forgotten that. They'll come back to it.
The AEW Women's World title, it's a fatal four-way with Tekla, Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, and Jamie Hayter as, unfortunately, the Bucks. Is that Tekla?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dope shirt.
I just love the storyline where it's like Tekla's teaching these bitches to know their place, or to stop being bitches.
Yo, Tekla is something else, man. As soon as they let her run with the mic, it's been just nonstop with her. Her promo work is fantastic.
Her talking about everybody being in like the dumb bitch Olympics or whatever, and it's like,
every time I say the word bitch, they all dumb bitches come out.
The best one is still is I did not get fired from Japan.
Okay.
Okay, I did get fired.
from Japan. That's because they couldn't handle me.
Right.
She's amazing. She is fantastic.
Yeah.
She is the best, and she's my choice to win.
It's also there's another story going on in this match with is what the hell has gone into Sheeta's head? She's kind of being very heelish at the moment, where she kind of wants to be BFFs with Chris, but it's like Chris doesn't want a damn thing to do with her.
Yeah, I think Sheeta is gonna end up turning hardcore on her, and she's gonna be like, I was gone all this time, and everybody forgot about me, and nobody cares, and then I come back and I get beat by Willow, and like she's gonna just lose her shit once she finally fully turns heel, because we see it coming. I mean, she even a few weeks ago like looked like she was gonna hit Chris from behind until Chris turned around and she was all like, right?
Pretty much.
So we see it happening. It's gonna happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that.
Yeah,
That could easily happen at this show. I agree.
Yeah. So
Tekla for the
Tekla for the win, 1000%.
absolutely, they're not taking that belt off of her anytime soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the AEW International Championship, it's Kazuchika Okada defending against Konosuke Takeshita.
Finally, some delicious fucking food.
They have really
That's making it seem like the rest of this card doesn't look good, which is quite
Yeah.
fucking fantastic. I just want to
this is the one we've been waiting on since forever.
By the way, this was the first match they announced for this show.
You sold
Yeah.
me off of this alone. Stop digging. You struck oil.
We
I'm
can
good.
just have this one match. We're good.
Right.
Dude, you can literally just put this one out there and just have Tony Khan be like, "Fuck, good night, bitches. We're done. Get out." You know what? Let's just go drink across the street. We're fine.
The story for this match is very simple. Where Takeshita's the new young lion, and Okada's like, "Well, screw you. I'm still better than everybody. I'm better than you."
Okada's whole thing is basically
He's fantastic.
He's great. I love him as a heel. It's the mode he's the best in. But like Okada's whole thing lately really is just trying to reaffirm, yes, I'm the best. And it seems like it's slipping ever so slightly away from him every other time now. And it's like he doesn't want to say it or show it, but he's getting old. And like that'll start. This is coming off of him handing Tanahashi his retirement loss earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like his mentor. That was like his main rival. And it's like, it's interesting to see where this goes because it's been months. Okada beat him via bullshit in the finals at World's End in the Continental Classic.
Semifinals.
And they've been hitting each other, and they've been hitting each other with their finishes every chance they get. Like Takeshita will hit Okada with the running knee, Okada will hit Takeshita with the Rainmaker, back and forth, and it's been this whole thing. And then Takeshita abandons Okada to be defeated by the Bucks last time around. So there's a lot going on here. So my pick is Takeshita. It's time. Do it. You can't have him lose again, or I don't know. But like you can't let this feud cool off. You got to strike now. So do it in front of the biggest audience you can. If there has to be a title change on this show that's not the main event, which we'll get to that in a little bit, it has to be this one. In fact, quite honestly, if I had my choice, this is what I would have open up the show. Honestly, I would just get out the way. This match is probably going to need. Oh, I love Okada. His matches need like a good 10 to 12 minute buffer for them to really get good. Because like Okada matches really only get great in the back half, if I'm being honest. It's usually a lot of grappling, a lot of setting up, a lot of holds and stuff. But then he really starts fucking hoofing and he starts going. So I feel like this needs to open the show, and B, Takeshi needs to win. So that's my stance.
All right, how close are we to getting a babyface Konosuke?
I think this is it. Yeah, I think it's happening. I think he's gonna get the win tonight, tomorrow night, and then Don Callis is gonna be like, "Oh, my prize, my child," and basically try to give Okada the little heave ho, and Takeshi's gonna be like, "You know what? Fuck you. You always chose Okada over me. Now I got the belt. I'm on my own. Goodbye."
It's interesting you mentioned him because I'm gonna say Okada retains because this is where I think Don chooses him over Takeshita because I think. For Don, it's going to be like, you know what? I am done with you not listening to me. I tried to give you the diamond ring weeks ago. You could have been world champion. You didn't do it. I try to help you. You don't listen to me anymore. And I want somebody that listens to me and my family. because I think I would run this back a third time in All In. The big stadium in Wembley, Takeshita gets the big win over the ace of the best wrestler in Japan.
You can do that too.
In front of us. I want him to win in front of us.
I know, but I mean, there's gonna be another title change that we're gonna see. That's definitely gonna be for us. But I have Okada winning here. I think you could definitely run this one more time, and definitely for All In. But we had with the injury due to Willow, she will not be competing at all Double or Nothing. So the other half of the women's Owen tournament, we will be seeing Mina Shirakawa taking on the Ring of Honor Women's Forever Goddamn Champion Athena. Now, talking about the women's Owen, where this tournament is plagued with injuries, with Persephone hurt, Sari hurt, and weirdly enough, it was like a month ago where she announced she was taking time off for her neck, and then she gets announced for this. But okay, and then now Willow's out. And now we have a wild card who's going to face Alex Windsor. But, I mean, this is definitely one of those. The women's Owen is very unpredictable this year. I have no idea where they will go.
Yeah.
Will go with this.
I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Willow and Athena were going to be in the finals." Now that's not happening. So if that was the plan, and I don't know, Tony's going to have to, scrape up his ideas now. But this match,
because it would have been champion versus champion in the finals.
Right, exactly. So now he's got to find a replacement. And a friend of mine was like, "Oh, this is probably when Mercedes is going to come back," but obviously not, because she's doing the whole Mandalorian promotions right now. So she's probably very focused on that, and probably not prepared to come back to the ring just yet.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just realized this too, that with Willow being out and her vacating the title, Tony Khan's gonna have to run another tournament on the side just to crown a new champion.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Just do a casino gauntlet.
Just do a fucking battle royal. Do
one big shot. Boom. Winner.
Get it done. Listen, we just did a casino gauntlet to crown the fucking TNT champion like 2 months ago. We're fine.
Yeah.
Barely a month. We're good.
That was fun.
My choice for this is easy. Athena. All respect to, Athena's the one who needs to be pushed to. Honestly, I think Athena should probably win this fucking tournament. I think. And at this point, aside rants, but at this point, get the fucking ROH title off of her already. I know that the Forever Champ thing has been really fun for a lot of people. For me, it lost steam like a year ago when they've kind of been slowly running out of people for her to face. And this story with her and Billy Starks has gone on way too long at this point, to the point where I don't care anymore. There is no reason for Billy in storyline to keep putting up with this. At this point, she's left and come back to her like 2 or 3 times now. I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. Just win the belt or don't. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would definitely have Athena win here. And not for nothing, I love Mina. It's just that ever since she's been in this company, she's kind of been the default. I want to say loser, but she takes the fall a lot. But I do want to see her and Harley do tag team stuff more. But that segment weeks ago was funny as hell when she ripped her shirt. She goes, "That's how you're wearing gear."
And then people are like, "Oh my god!" Like, because that was so offensive. Like, dude, she wrestles in a bra. Like.
People get offended seeing big boobies. It's like, get over it, people.
We're offended by boobs now.
That was hilarious.
The world I know is dead. Next match.
I can't wait for this one. Men's Owen Hart tournament first round match. Swerve Strickland. It's supposed to say first is Bandito, but everybody gets the idea.
Let's fucking go.
So I just want to say this before they announced the brackets. They did their promo where Swerve was in that town or what would you call it?
Old West Town.
West Town. And he seemed to be on the hunt for Bandito. And I think me and Ari would text each other. We message each other saying, he's not going for the Ring of Honor World title, right? Don't do that. No. But at least now they have a reason for it. But this is going to be, this might steal the show. Yeah. This might be the best wrestling match on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I have Swerve going to the finals. I feel that's a lock.
This will be a great match. I'm very excited to see these two square off. Bandito's had a hell of a fucking year so far. He's probably going to be on my top 10 workers of the year by the time this is done. Swerve's been kind of off for a little while, so it's this will be his big main event reintroduction. So I feel like if you really do want to establish him, what he was building up as being the most dangerous man in AEW, I feel like, yeah, he needs to win this. B, he needs to win this like concisely. He needs to win this like convincingly. And yeah, I think he might be the guy to win the tournament, maybe, or at least the finals, in my opinion. Well, we'll discuss what I think the finals are going to be when we get to the other Owens Hart tournament match. But yes, the Swerve is my pick for this one.
Let's just remember that the winner of this faces the winner of Claudio and Brody.
Oof.
Yes, which that'll be fun as well. Not on this pay-per-view, but that'll be fun when they do that on television.
So then the other match that's done on the show is Jack Perry versus Mark Davis. And honestly, I like both of them. Nothing against the two of them, but I wouldn't have that match in the tournament. But regardless, that's in the tournament. But this is in the tournament. Yes. Men's Owen Hart first round tournament match. Will Ospreay for the first time ever versus Samoa Joe.
Perfect. This is perfect. You know, they're setting it up. They've been setting this up.
Oh,
Will. Listen, sometimes you don't need a lot. They've built it up. There's a story, but you know what? Even if there wasn't, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
The guy, one of the guys who made the independent scene what it was during those core years, the 2000s, the 2010s. Like, this is the guy you know, this is Joe we're talking about. And then on the other end of things, you have the other guy, the guy who took that baton, one of many guys, but really started making a name for himself during that era as well. You have these two diametrically opposed styles working off of each other. I'm predicting banger from this one, and my pick is going to be Ospreay because I do think, as I said previously, the finals of the Owen this year are 1,000% going to be Swerve and Ospreay number 3, where they finally have the rubber match between, because Swerve has one, Will has one. It's time to see who the story is right there. It's finally time to see who's the best out of the 3 matches.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm gonna say Will wins by submission too, because they've been teasing this killer bird of prey thing Mox wants Will to be, but I don't know. Like Will's been winning with the armbar. I might see like maybe like an ankle lock or a choke, but it's definitely a submission win for Ospreay on this one.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a side of Will we haven't seen before in this match with everything that he's been learning from the Death Rider. So it's gonna be.
There's so many options to open the show with. You could go either way. If this opens the show, I wouldn't be mad.
No.
Next up, in a tag team I Quit Street Fight. It is for the AEW World Tag Team titles as FTR take on Cage and Cope, with the stip that if FTR wins, Cage and Cope can never team again.
First of all, very stipulation-heavy show between this and the title versus hair and the main event and all this other stuff going on. The AEW loves themselves some big old stipulations, and only a few months ago we had Hangman losing the right to ever challenge for the title against. They love their real end-all, be-all stipulations here, don't they?
They like to add little stakes to the matches, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, this one, like, build for this one has been good. Like, it's been many months. Each team has they've had some good setup for this. Yeah. I think Edge I'm going to call him Edge every so often just because that's what I've been conditioned to do. I hope it's fine in this forum, but him and Christian have always been great, and FTR have always been great as well. I think Edge has lost steps since that big leg injury a couple years ago, and he hasn't quite been the same since. I'll say this, though, in the context of multi-man matches like recently on Dynamite and like when he's tagging with Christian, I feel that takes the weight off him to like do it all himself, and I feel it's better for him to be in the position where he has some support, because like to say he's not a bad wrestler now or anything like that, far from it, but he's not what he was currently, and I don't think one-on-one matches suit him well anymore. But I feel like this one will be perfectly fine. They can have a lot of bric-a-brac. They can have a lot of home furniture to help here. The table, ladder spots, stuff. Get that fun stuff in there. Use all the tools. I do think that they're going to have. I do think that Cage and Cope are going to win the tag titles, and I think that this is where you begin setting up. Eventually, if everything comes to pass the way we all hope it does, this is where I would run a big multi-man tag match TLC situation at Wembley between Cage and Cope, the Young Bucks, maybe the Motor City Machine Guns, maybe the New Day if they show up. If one of two of those teams show up during that time, I would slot them in. Otherwise, you could put FTR in there, and that'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Or Jurassic Express if Luchasaurus is healthy in time. But like a big modern TLC equivalent at their big Mania style show for the year, I think is just the ticket. But for this match specifically, I'm going to go Cage and Cope.
Yeah.
Somebody did the math and say that the Motor City Machine Guns 90-day non-compete expires on July, which is a Wednesday, which is they're going to be in Detroit for. So it's like,
Right.
thank you WWE, because you're just supplying AEW with the tag teams they need for the next year and a half.
Honestly, like I was saying this from the start, they should have fucking gone to AEW
In the very first place.
I was the only person in my friend group, in the group chat with fucking you guys, with Mike, you, and our other fucking jabroni friends, and I was the only one who was like, I don't think them getting the titles this early is a good sign. And everybody was telling me I was fucking nuts. And look what happened. They did nothing with it.
I didn't say you were nuts. It was just also it was very fast.
Yeah.
It was a total crash and burn.
Yeah. I knew as soon as I saw them get it early, I was like, oh, well, that's as good as it's getting. And I was right.
They peaked. That's it. After that.
I really need to play the stock market, man, because I tend to be right. I tend to be more right about stuff than I realize.
Same here. I've been spot on with a lot of stuff recently, and I was very spot on this one too. Not really what the match was, but when it came down to the teams, I was spot on. But
you were.
I just want to say this about AEW. They give you great wrestling. You're gonna get your blood and hardcore. Now it's time for the nonsense stuff, where it's called Stadium Stampede with Team Jericho versus Team Ricochet.
Hell yeah, baby.
Team Jericho is fucking Chris Jericho, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Kenny Omega, Jungle Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks. Taking on Ricochet, the Gates of Agony, Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo, who looks like he does not want to be associated with this at all, Clark Connors, and David Finlay.
What a coup! What a crowd!
14 maniacs just going crazy throughout the arena.
Okay, so this is the first time. Okay, listen, I want to get prediction out of the way first, and then to talk about something. Team Jericho, I think, is going to be the winner for this one because I think that's you got to give the feel good moment for that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
My other thing, but into the minutia of this, how the fuck are we going to follow this live?
It's 14 people running around the arena.
My ADHD is good, man, but it ain't that good. Remind me to pop a gummy before this one kicks off because this is going to be or get another beer.
I just hope we see some action right by our section.
Oh, without a doubt, there's going to be something. I have a prediction. There's going to be something for every section.
Yes.
in this particular one, and there'll be stuff on the lawn, stuff in the ring. This is going to be one of those things where they start in the ring. They're going to have a big schmoz, they're going to scattered to the winds like rats in the night, and they'll be shit on the screen. There'll be shit all over the place, and then they'll be outside the venue and stuff, and then they'll come back in the finish.
It'd be great if it's pouring rain when that happens.
Oh god, that would be amazing if it was.
Right now, right?
Wouldn't them fighting in the rain be like the coolest visual?
Yes.
If you
and
would have told,
yes.
If you would have told me that Bobby Lashley is on the same team as the Young Bucks, I'd say you're out of your damn mind and you need to go back to universe mode on 2K. But I think it's also too is that I just think because remember years ago there was a story that MVP and Jericho had a bad interaction on the Jericho cruise. So I'm like, when they were first announced for this, I was like, really? So I was kind of like, oh,
they kissed and made up.
I guess so, but
no, they saw how much money they'd get for this show, and they were like, "Fuck it, put it aside."
Yeah.
It's just that when you see, it's gonna be such a strange visual to see Lashley and Shelton on the same team as Kenny and the Bucks.
Oh
like,
God.
Just like that's just such a weird visual because it's like you would never think of Bobby Lashley and Kenny Omega in the same ring.
Very strange.
But I will say, we have not seen Kenny on television since the last pay-per-view. So with him dealing with injuries, this is the first thing you're coming back to?
Wait, did he? I'm trying to remember. Did he come out during that big brawl they had last week?
I don't think so. But also, Jack Perry came out with onions. What the fuck was that?
Did you see the little clip, the little backstage clip they filmed?
Yeah.
That was the table, and we're just biting on an onion.
I love these little vignettes they've been doing with Jack Perry lately before he lost the belt. I love that he was on like this, like it was on the Jurassic Express, like riding through the desert. I thought that was good stuff.
Awesome stuff.
I like that.
Yeah. Really awesome stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with team. Don't call me Chris, but I'm just Jericho now.
I definitely would say as a viewer discretion warning, I would definitely say pop something before this match starts if you want to fully enjoy it.
Also, get your time watches out because this has to go at least 20. If this goes longer, they're gonna overstay their welcome.
Minutes probably. This has to be like a whole. This match is going to be a whole sitcom with commercials.
Yeah, this is going to be a whole epic saga right now.
Is this WWE? I see enough commercials during my matches.
Fair enough. Main event time.
For the AEW World Championship, it is Darby Allin defending against MJF. And it's title versus hair. Yeah. So, me and Ari did this whole thing where we covered Darby winning the world title the week of WrestleMania.
Right.
And she gave her thoughts, and my thoughts were that this was pretty much done just to get a headline from AEW's standpoint because it was WWE week.
Right.
Since then, we've seen defense after defense after defense of this dude almost dying to Ciampa, Brody, Takeshita, Pac, Sammy Guevara. That one almost somebody could have died in there.
Speedball.
Then and Speedball was the latest one. And all this time, I'm just been asking, I want my damn rematch. I want my damn rematch. You fucking little emo, I want my damn rematch.
He said that.
What do you want? You want money? You want my scarf? You want my ring? No. I want the thing you went to fucking Turkey for, and that's your damn hair.
I love it that's canon now. I love it they've just acknowledged that he got the fucking hair plugs, which, fucking whatever. Gives a shit.
But Benny, all right. They gave us the best wrestling opening ever where MJF is confronted by every bald person in the company.
Terrible. I laughed because when he was talking with Renee, you see the referee walk by, and I'm like, oh, look at that, the bald referee walk by. Then the other bald referee walks by, and I'm like, wait a minute, where are they going with this?
And then there's some stagehands that are bald, and then you see Ciampa, and then I will say too, I wish Ricochet didn't say the thing out loud. It was just more of like if he just took the hat off and just like.
No, but like this has been this short-term run as champion has been so good.
Yes.
Because listen, we're so accustomed as wrestling consumers now to these long 8 to 12 month title reigns, and many of them are good. I'm not denying, and I love a long title run. I love a long arcing plot, but every so often it's just nice to just throw a fucking firecracker into the mix and just hey, let's give him a month and a half. Let's see what he does with it. And I literally made this prediction when he won the belt. Oh, we're about to get a month and a half of some of the best main events you've ever fucking seen. I was right. Him and Ciampa, it has already made it to my top 10 favorites of the year so far. We're not even in June yet. That'll be I'm probably going to do my other buddy's podcast next month. I'll probably put that over then. But yeah, no, I've been saying it. I've been saying it on Twitter and Blue Sky for weeks now. I'm like, this title run is here for a good time. It ain't here for a long time because I do think Max is going to win it back here and get that big 3-time title win in his backyard. He's going to get it in New York, which I think makes sense to do that. Or you could be ballsy and have him lose and go bald, which would be interesting. But no, not too much to say. I feel like these two have always had great chemistry with each other, going as far back as their Full Gear match a few years ago, and they're better now than they were then. So this doesn't need to be too complicated. You could just have Max win through nefarious means, kick to the nuts, dynamite, diamond ring to the eye, whatever. I don't think you need to do too much storyline shenanigan with this one. I don't think anybody needs to interfere or anything like that. But we think the curveball could be thrown our way. Who knows?
I mean, just to throw it out there, what if the Cowboy comes back and he gets in his and here's his reasoning. Of all the things to make that motherfucker get his rematch, you choose his hair and not, hey, I don't know, make me be eligible to challenge for the title again.
That's
because MJF did mention it goes like, oh, you want that cowboy, that dumb cowboy to get a rematch?
Mm-hmm.
And Darby's like, no. So, what'd you say?
And he said, I want your hair.
Which is like, I think like when I first heard it, I was like, really?
It's a classic stipulation.
I was waiting for him to say, I want your wife. Or MJ, no, take my wife.
You.
My hair.
Or he pulled the rock. He's like, I want your soul.
I don't want that. I want your soul.
But
yeah.
Just stroking the face.
I just think that once Darby won the title, we all could agree that we knew that enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
This is not gonna, because as much as we love Darby, you're not having him walk into Wembley, the biggest show of the year, as the world champion. He's not.
Darby. This has made. I'll say this. Darby could easily fill that spot like a year or two from now. Like that would be totally fine if he was like in another main event position. Then you need to, for this year, for this like banner year they've been having for that show, you gotta give the people what they want, and what that might be is Ospreay versus Omega in some kind of capacity, or Ospreay Mox, or some other variation, or Swerve or Hangman, or the core people that we've come to expect at this point. I think would be pretty cool. But like, no, this one doesn't need to be too complicated. I could easily see a Hangman interference if they needed to, but I don't know if this match really needs that. This already seems like a show where a lot of weird shenanigans are going to happen anyway. So I'm going Max for this one. That's my
It's interesting you mentioned the Omega thing, because it's like that might be the dream match, but it's like, so it's kind of like at this point, like we talked about this. You're playing hot potato with the world title, and that's something I think you should not be doing, because it's like MJF should win here, but it's like if you want to get Omega and Ospreay at All In, then MJF has to drop the title in the next month or the next before All In to Omega. So it's kind of like just have, and there's nothing wrong with doing a three-way. If you want to do MJF, Omega, and Ospreay in a triple threat, and somehow shoehorn Omega in there, I mean, that's fine. Or just run Ospreay, MJF singles. But I think because MJF you could do this hair thing again in the future. It's just that it just seems so weird and silly that when you look at Darby, it's like, what's the like? He got the world title from the asshole that has called him an emo or has made fun of his family member dying.
I called him a twink the other day. Like, oh Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm not opposed to the hot potatoing. I mean, I was a teenager during the Attitude Era where that belt swapped around so many times, And for me, it gives the belt a feel of like there's so much great competition that you just can't help but beat the other person, and you want to see the next person win. With MJF, as much as I would love to see him go bald, most likely he's gonna win, unless like I saw somebody on Reddit say like, I mean, you have to shave your head to do the hair transplant, so maybe he's going back to fill in the back of his head a little bit. Because he still has a little bit of a spot back there, So like,
I love how people also too is like, dude, it's gonna grow back.
Yeah,
you're young.
Right. Grow back.
That's the point of the transplant, so you have new follicles that work.
Right. So,
dude, Wheeler Yuta got his head shaved like a month and a half ago, and it's already almost back to normal.
Yeah, right. And it's like maybe that's what we're doing this because he has plans to go to Turkey.
Maybe.
Because, I don't know. I mean, obviously the clear winner will be MJF, and as much as I was not thrilled with Darby winning, I don't want to see him lose now. That's the thing. I actually want to see him run just a little longer, maybe one more month.
Or at least another week.
We'll see. Hey, maybe another 20. Hey, but more likely, Only 24 hours left, baby.
24 hours.
Hey,
Pretty much.
like I said at the top of this section, like it's here for a good time, not for a long time. But hey, we'll see what happens.
But it's also
Yeah.
too, me and Ben have been in agreement on this, that the next big world title match should be Andrade and MJF in Arena Mexico
For Mexico.
Yeah,
for Grand
absolutely.
Slam Mexico.
That's the match.
Yes.
Come on now. Even if you like do it, they've been teasing that forever. They teased that at House of Glory, for God's sake. Do it.
Yeah.
But everybody, that if you're watching this and you're tuning in to listening, we will be live in the building. We'll give some updates if we can, if we have good service in there, and provide updates from live Double or Nothing 2026. Ben, thank you for stopping in and giving us your wonderful insight.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a blast, man. Like, no, thank you for letting me talk way too much about shit I care way too much about. Thank you very much. I hope I can make you laugh. I hope I could.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
New York Wrestling Media updates. We just did a new episode of History and Headlocks, which we did top 5 weird, odd gimmicks in the world of professional wrestling. And oh my God, a bunch of laughs. You'll definitely enjoy that. The next episode of History and Headlocks, we will be covering the whole company, the whole concept, the whole WCW, how it pretty much started, how long it lasted to the final days, and how much of an impact it left in the world of professional wrestling. And also, we will be back on here on the channel for a review for Double or Nothing 2026, so stay tuned for that as well. But until then, everybody, have a good night, stay safe out there, and see you guys in a bit.
It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santee.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Nice.
Yeah.
This was